Hey guys, this is Smithy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very special one. We're going to talk about the newest palette from Gourmande Girls, and this is the Silent Night palette. This is already available on their website and you can use the code SMITHYSONY to save 10% off. This is such a beautiful holiday palette. I would say this is more of like a neutral palette with pops of yellows and blues. It's such a beautiful color story. I'll do some live swatches, but before that, let me show you the entire palette swatched for you guys. And that's the entire palette. It's a beautiful neutral palette, I would say, but it has like iridescent topper shades, quite a bit, I would say. And that goldeny shade that you see, that's very, very opaque. This palette retails for $55 on their website, and this also comes with a mirror. As you saw, these are the shades, but as soon as I saw the color story, also this palette is in collaboration with Doodles by the Bunny on Instagram. If you do not know Doodles by the Bunny, you should definitely follow her page because she does some beautiful, she does like curate eyeshadow palettes and she creates some beautiful color story. You should definitely see that. Okay, when I saw this palette, I would not lie, I had a few thoughts in my mind already because I felt like these two blues are very similar. I felt like these two browns were very similar. Did we actually need two like black and like charcoal brown in the palette? These two navies look too similar. All the Gourmande Girls palette, I have quite a bit, I would say. All of them have a matte white and a matte black. And it does make sense for like a jewel tone palette where you have a lot of deeper tones. But this palette definitely has some lighter tones for blending out the shade. Do you actually need that white or black? So these were the things that were running in my mind. I'll do some live swatches so that you can decide for yourself, because even though I'm an affiliate, I have to give my honest thoughts, and I'm really sorry for my voice because I'm still under the weather, so ignore that please. Okay, so let's begin swatching. Let's do the two blue shimmers first. Now, is there a difference? Yeah, for sure there is a difference because one is more green leaning and the other one is more purple leaning. But I don't know if you can see the difference or not. If you can, great, that's exactly what we want. See the top shade? That definitely has a greener tone, and the other one is more blue purple. So those are the two blue looking shades. This can be a great neutral palette for sure. Then we're gonna swatch two brownish shades, which is All Is Calm and Twinkle. So this is All Is Calm and this is Twinkle. So one is more neutral brown, the other one's leaning towards more taupey gray. In the viewfinder, I see a lot more difference rather than seeing it in person. And that can be totally the difference of light that we are seeing because I have a huge window in front of me. And then let's do the two navies. One is Silent Night and the other is Child. So this is Silent Night and this is Child. There you go. Now again, there is a difference. Silent Night has a tinge of green in it, like a tealy green to it. And this is like a navy blue, the Child shade. And I think those were the similarities that I'm seeing in the palette. So if you had the same like opinion while looking at the palette, I would say this is the difference that you would see. But otherwise, you saw the entire palette swatched. And I feel like because of these iridescent topper shades, if you pair that against like a deeper matte underneath, it'll totally transform your look. And that's exactly what I want to do. I just want to showcase these shadows in a different way. So let's begin. We'll do two different eye looks. Let's do Heavenly actually, and this can be a good blending shade for me. So I'm going to take that Heavenly shade all across the eyelid and set the eye primer that I just put in. And that's majorly like my shade. So nothing much, and just messily applying it all across the eye. I'm going to take the shade Snowy, which is the matte white of the palette, and just blend underneath the brow bone so that we have that brightness underneath the brow bone. Now let's start. I'm going to start off with All Is Calm, this one, the mid-tone matte brown shade. And I'm going to take that in the crease, definitely more deeper, as much as I thought, definitely more deeper. I didn't feel like that's going to be deep. Ooh, is that going to turn muddy? Don't you worry, this is when that matte white would come in play. So once we just blend that messily, I'm going to take that matte white, which is snowy, and just blend it right on top, just to mellow that tone down. Okay, let's take the shade Child, this one, the navy blue of the palette, tapping off the excess and patting it mainly on the outer corners, but I'm going to take it like towards the middle of the eyelid just to give a deeper base. Now once we have that all buffed out, I'm just going to take a clean blending brush, just buffing the edges. I'm going to take that same navy shade. Actually, let's take Silent Night, the other tealy thing shade. I'm going to apply that underneath the eye. And then I'm going to take the shade which is Twinkle, this one. And just melt it with that blue. Okay. I'm going to take NYX Glitter Glue. I'm sweating. I don't know why in this cold weather. There's something wrong with my body right now. Just taking that Silent Night shade, the tealy blue shade, this one, just right in the center of the eyelid. Again, just see this as like a deeper base. I'm going to take NYX Glitter Glue, just a tad bit, and I'm going to apply that majorly on the entire eyelid, right on top of that matte, just so that we have something to stick on top of those mattes. Okay, now I'm going to take this shade Festive, and I'm going to take that on my fingers, start applying that right there. Look how stunning that is. Taking it more on the diagonal way. And then blending it into that navy. And you can see that purple coming through, blue to purple, right? So pretty. Going back into that navy shade, the Child. And then just meshing it with that shimmer shade right there. And then with the help of a brush, I'm going to take this shade, which is Frosty. I'm just going to spray it once so that it doesn't fall on my face. And just gonna take that in the inner portion of the eyelid. Look at that beautiful iridescence. Now just to give a little bit more sparkle on top of it, I'm going to take this shade Peace and just pat it right on top. And that would give us the sparkle and the shine that we are looking for. Just right there. That's such a beautiful shade. Okay, I'm going to finish off this eye with some liner and mascara. And that's my first eye look. It's a beautiful, like a blue smoky eye. I really wanted to play with some blues. Now let's move into the other eye and see what else we can create. I want a more of a stiffer brush. Let's do this. I'm going to take the shade Mother, which is that yellow, that sunflower yellow shade. And I'm going to take that inner portion of the crease. I don't want like that golden shade on my eyelid because I know that it's going to be beautiful anyways. I just want to play with more shades. No, let's take that Savior shade, this one, the charcoal brown. And then if we want, we can deepen it out with that black. Because I love Gourmande Girls black, there's no doubt about it. I just want to see the difference on the eyelid. Now definitely this is acting as more of a brown on the eyelid, like a very neutral charcoal brown. And I'm not taking it all the way. I'm just taking it and placing it in the outer corner. Right there. I'm gonna take a smaller brush and dipping into that black shade, which is Shush. And placing it right there in the outer corner. See? That immediately darkened it. So yes, I would say yes, this black is very, very deep. Now, did we need another charcoal because we have this black and we can blend it out to be a charcoal? I don't know. Now, let's take that tealy green blue shade, this one, Silent Night, the name of the palette. And I want to see if on the eye, will it transform to a green or a blue? Again, I'm placing a deeper base underneath and melting it with that yellow. And it's true that with that yellow, it shows more green as compared to the blue. But again, you have to pair it with that warm tones to make that green pop. See? I feel I can see a little bit more of the green tone coming through just because of that yellow. Okay, not melting it too much just because I don't want to muddy it up. Taking that Heavenly shade, which is my skin tone shade, and just blending the edges. Now taking that Savior shade, which is that charcoal brown, underneath the eye on the lower lash line, just for that smoky effect. And now let's take the other blue, not this one, the other one, which is Starry, this one, which seemed like more green in the swatch. And let's see. Actually, let's apply NYX glitter glue. Let's give it the same treatment. Okay, I'm gonna take that Starry shade. Oh, now see, definitely is more green as compared to that. Okay, that's pretty. Oof, that's pretty. Taking that Starry Night shade, the tealy blue, and just melting the edges. And then with the brush, going to dip into Peace, which is this shade that we topped on the other eye. Let's take that and see by itself how it looks. And melting it with that green shade. It's a beautiful topper shade. Very sparkly. So pretty. We completely lost that yellow. So let's take that yellow on the lower lash line, just to bring it back a little. And then just for the sake of it, let's take that golden shade, which is bright, and pop that in the inner corner and also a little bit on the lower lash line, right there. And with that, we've officially used all the shades of the palette. Let me finish off this eye with some liner and mascara. And that's my second eye look. I really hope that you guys can see both the difference, because the placement of the eyeshadow is same in both the eye looks, but I just played with similar shades but in the same way so that you can clearly see the difference of the eyeshadow looks. Now this blue is definitely more like blue purple and this is more like tealy green blue, and similarly that iridescent shade is more blue purple rather than this, which has more of a green tint to it. And against that yellow, it definitely brings out that teal even more. So those are the eye looks that I created for you guys. You guys let me know, are you guys more on like blue eye look or green eye look? And what do you guys like on me? And excuse my hair because I was taking steam and it all puffed up like crazy. But that's all for today, guys. You guys let me know. I'm going to give this a 2 thumbs up. But I definitely feel that the selection of the shades could have been a tad different, just to give more variety of the eye looks. But yes, but otherwise the quality of Gourmande Girls eyeshadows, you guys know how much I love Gourmande Girls, and I've used them several times on my channel and for several years now. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like it, you know what to do. Do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time that I post next. I generally upload 3 videos every single week, every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays at 9 AM Eastern Standard Time. Until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.